Our first comedian happens to be a Jew from New York. Now, in Columbia, you know that, right? There's Jews all over the place. Give it up for the one and only Jeff Simon!
Scotty, one of the top attorneys in New York City. I've got divorced so many times, I have him on my family share plan. I tell you, I've never performed before gay janitors before, so. Who's the portfolio manager? Yeah, you look like a portfolio manager, you know?
Appreciate it.
No, that's my son is like sells mutual funds, you know. And I'm a Jew from New York. The best deal I ever made was marrying a shiksa. That's a girl that's not Jewish. We had 3 kids. None of them got bar mitzvah. I made $100,000 on that deal. Thanks. We got married by a priest and a rabbi. The priest didn't want to marry us, but I showed him some naked pictures of my 8-year-old nephew. Then he said, "There's only one God." He gave me a high five and said, "I'll do your ceremony." I'm not religious. The only time I believe in God is when somebody I know is dying and I owe him a lot of money. Then I'll say, "Please God, no miracles this time. Just let the motherfucker die." And grew up in the '50s. My favorite Jew on the Yankees was the general manager. We finally got a Jew in the '70s, but he was so bad we had to wait another 30 years to get another Jew. But we have a Jew on the Yankees right now. His name is Youkilis. Any Yankee fans here? Everybody loves this guy. They love this guy. You know. In fact, when he announced his name, the crowd chants "Yuk Yuk Yuk." But then the other night he made an error and lost the game. Then they started chanting "Jew Jew Jew." Hitler had the right idea. And one thing about the fans in Yankee Stadium, you know, if a Jew fucks up, they turn on you real quick. You know. If you were a Jew, you cannot make an error. You know. And I got a good friend of mine. He lives in Tampa. He loves it there. He just moved there from Lauderdale. He says, I think he misses most about the East Coast. He hasn't seen a big nose in 3 months. I know this. I was talking to this Upper East Side Jew. He just dumped his wife for a hot young Russian chick. Don't feel bad for the wife. She's getting the summer house in the Hamptons, the East Side apartment, the Mercedes, and $5 million cash. You believe this? Is there any women that aren't married here? Any single woman here? What are you doing here? You should be on the Upper East Side trying to get some Jew to marry you. It's all right. You can't use $5 million or a Mercedes?
I can use it.
What are you doing? If I was a woman, I'd be on the Upper East Side right now trying to get some guy to marry me. No homo.
Too soon.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so I was talking to this Jew who lost $20 million to Bernie Madoff. He knew it was a Ponzi scheme as soon as he got his monthly statement. It was handwritten on a hot dog wrapper. All it said was, "You're up 20%, love Bernie." But he couldn't turn Madoff in because if a Jew is up 10 to 15%, it's too good to be true, you know? If a Jew is up 20%, it's like being high on crack or heroin. You're out of touch with reality. Last time I was up 20%, I was seeing hookers every night, sitting courtside at Knicks games, eating lobster at Del Frisco's. But 30% is like, life does not get any better than that. 30%? That's when you can dump your wife for a hot young Russian chick. Oh, that went over really good, yeah. Let's see. The toughest thing about getting old is when Dunkin' Donut bitches automatically give you the senior discount. That is tough. And the second toughest thing is, I keep forgetting to take Viagra whenever I have sex with hot young women. You know, that's really tough. And my appetite's not what it used to be. You know, I got so full on this 4-pound lobster in melted butter with broccoli and a baked potato at Del Frisco's the other night. I could barely finish my 7-layer cake for dessert, you know? And then I got really bad heartburn. My doctor keeps telling me, he's told me a million times, you gotta cut down on the melted butter. The fuck is with this crowd here? Let's see, I spoke to my son last night. He sells mutual funds, you know? He's applying for this job, pays $1 million a year. The company's flying him up to Chicago, and they're gonna have a limousine waiting for him, and the guy that's interviewing him is his good friend. You believe this? And I said, if you get this job, does that mean I'm gonna get a Father's Day present? Next thing I heard was click. The motherfucker hung up on me. You believe this shit? He's the cheapest motherfucker I've ever met. He will not lend me 5 cents. What the fuck is having a rich son when he won't lend you 5? In fact, he's got a new girlfriend, and they're in the infatuation stage. That's when you're in denial about what a piece of shit the other person is. And he just met the family. It went well. The mother is in real good shape, which usually means that this chick will not gain like 300 pounds right after the wedding. Can't get you people to fucking laugh here. And the father's a real cool guy. He smokes weed. I can't wait to smoke a joint with him at the wedding. I'm tired of smoking weed with my nephews and grandkids, you know? And, let's see what else. Nephew. Yeah, when I was dating my first wife, the infatuation period ended the day I met her family. You believe? She had 3 unbelievably hot sisters who I wanted to have sex with as soon as I met them. And they wanted to have sex with me too. Do you believe this? And her mother, thank you. And her mother was psychotic. Her father wouldn't talk to me because I was a Jew. I didn't mind doing a Nazi salute when I walked into the house, or his Hitler mustache. But the 2 copies of Mein Kampf, volume 1 and 2, sitting on a coffee table was a little unsettling. Mein Kampf. I was in a bar the other night, and I love these really insecure guys that have to rub their woman's ass every time you try to make contact with these women, you know? With their women, you know? I mean, guys, if the girl is not smiling back at the guy, you do not have to rub her ass, you know? It's not necessary, you know? And then I was trying to make every time I tried to make eye contact with this other woman, she would rub her guy's ass, you know? In fact, so I went up to the guy, I shook his hand, I said, congratulations, you really have this woman trained, you know? And then I made contact with I made eye contact with this really hot woman. It lasted like 2 seconds. As soon as I got home, I jerked off. I tell you, there's nothing like jerking off to a really hot woman who you just made eye contact with. I hope to see this woman next week. Can you laugh a little louder? You're the only one laughing in this fucking place. And I met this woman. She has the most incredible ass I've ever seen in my life. And she's really smart. She knows who the President of the United States is. And she can say the alphabet backwards really fast. And she's into fantasy role play. This chick is. In fact, I asked her to move in with me. You know. But she wants a $100,000 line of credit and a weekly allowance. Can you believe this? I could see the weekly allowance, but I said, you gotta be crazy. $100,000 for a nice ass? You gotta be freaking kidding me. So I Googled, like, unbelievable ass to see what they go for. And it turns out she was giving me an unbelievable price. Because Jennifer Lopez has the nicest ass in the whole world. Everybody familiar with her ass? Her net worth is $250 million. And Serena Lopez, the tennis player? Serena Williams, thank you. I thought you were stoned, thank you. She once shoved a tennis ball down a line judge's throat to threaten. Her net worth is $85 million. So I wish I had $100,000 because I think this chick really liked me, you know? And I know this, a friend of mine went out with a date on Match.com, and she didn't look anything like her pictures. This chick posted like 5 pictures. You know, I will not go out with a woman unless she posts like 20 pictures. I don't want to get burned, you know. I don't want to get. The list. I went out with this one at Match.com. She and you know they lie, but they lie a lot all the time. I went out with this one. She was supposed to be 50. She was in her 80s. I couldn't get her wheelchair in my car. I couldn't get it to fold up. And she gave me the worst blowjob I've ever gotten in my life. And she wanted to know if I was going to take her out again. I said, okay, we're going to have to take Accessoride. I can't spend all night trying to get your wheelchair in my car. And then I clicked on this woman's profile, and her body type is, I'll tell you later. What are you gonna tell me, after I buy a $100 steak at Del Frisco's? And she smokes a pack a day. And she never touches a drop of alcohol, which is code for I'm an alcoholic. Anyway, I'm a pharmacist. I work for Rite Aid. Anybody go to Rite Aid here? Yeah. My wait time is 20 minutes, unless you like threaten to get me fired. Then I'll rush it. You know, like this daddy's little girl entitlement bitch double parks her Mercedes in front of Rite Aid the other day, and told me if I don't rush her script, she's going to call my boss and get me fired. I did it in like 20 seconds. I cannot take a chance on getting fired. I got 2 years to go before I get Social Security and Medicare. I cannot take a chance. And then 10 minutes later, this gay guy comes in and says, if you don't suck my cock, I'm going to get you fired. Can you believe this? I said to this guy, get the fuck out of here. I get out of work at 5 o'clock. I'll see you in the parking lot behind the dumpster where we always meet. No homo. But I cannot take a chance on losing my job. You know what it's like not having health insurance? Yes. Yeah, okay. We had a sale on Bounty paper towels. I hate when we have that. I hate when we have sales at Rite Aid. Bounty paper towels, 15 rolls for $7.99. I mean, every gay guy in Manhattan was in Rite Aid. What the fuck is it with gay guys at Bounty? I know you have active sex lives, but how many freaking rolls do you need to clean up your mess, you know? And then we have a blood pressure machine right outside in the waiting area of the pharmacy. And these people like take their pressure and they want me to make a comment on it, you know? They'll go like, oh, 120 over 80, and I'll go, great. 110 over 70, what do you want to live forever? 240 over 220. Anthony Wheatley's got a better chance of becoming mayor, the next mayor of New York, than you have of being alive at this time tomorrow. All right. I'm out of here. Thanks a lot, people. You're great. You're great.
All right, keep it going. Let's have some energy in this freaking room. Yeah.